Ah, yes. Internet is here. Voila. Okay, hopefully no drop frames today. So first stream, we'll do probably 2 streams today. First one will troubleshoot, play around with this Xpower motherboard. And then after that, we will do probably go back to the corner shop thing, see if I can beat the demo. Goes fine. Bear with me, any chatters out there. I'm getting all my chats going, so. I did see Saya, so that's fine. Where's my fucking studio control or whatever the hell it's called? Do do. Alright, next. Let's get the old rumbler going. You know, if the green machine, not Rumble, but the other green machine, if they don't get with the program, I'm gonna have to drop them because they're holding back my restream bitrate potential. And I think X too. So we'll see. They might all just have to fucking go away. Uh-huh. Ooh, we dropped a little bandwidth there. Gosh, I hate when that happens. Okay, it popped back up. Alright, cool. Alright, I don't need that anymore. Let's go next. Let's tweet about it. Because for some reason that's what we do. Tweet about things. Go ahead and post. Paste it. Alright, and then I need to grab this shit. Oh yeah, I gotta do Control C. And paste that. Are you serious? How did we run out already? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can get at least one hashtag in here. Xpower. Motherboard. MB, yes. It's like one character over. Fuck off, man. What the hell? Holy shit. Alright, let's do MSI Xpower. Ooh. Just barely made it. One to go. Alright. Post. Okay, what's up? What's up, everybody? Let's just send that shit now. I don't care. Okay. No. What the fuck? Where's my double up stuff? Alright, for some reason this stupid thing is not even fucking working to count my chat stuff. Why am I on the beta? I don't want to use the beta. What the fuck? Alright, whatever, dude. Alright, fuck it. Let's see if we can illuminate the situation here. Let's move over to the workbench. Alright, so feel free to let me know if there's any audio issues, but I think we're okay for now. Alright, so if you were here, maybe you remember me fucking around with this like maybe a week ago or so, or maybe less. Maybe it was less than a week. Here we go. I'm trying to fucking... this motherboard here is, as I keep saying ad nauseum over and over, probably one of my favorite all-time motherboards. Though, you know, obviously there's maybe more significant motherboards in my past, as far as, you know, getting me into the hobby. This one was, I was already into the hobby by this time, well into it, of, you know, PC building, PC tweaking, whatever, right? But somewhere along the line in storage, something, like, it had problems. I decommissioned it when it was having some issues. But it was still working, right? But then between that time and the multiple years it was in storage in the basement, it something else happened. I don't know if something static got to it, if it took a hit that I'm, you know, still unable to see any like physical damage on the board. Maybe it took a hit, fractured some kind of trace somewhere. I don't know. Maybe these things here dug into those traces for the RAM. I don't know, right? But I want to try to troubleshoot. Either I'm hoping one thing is good, but I don't want to spend a fuck ton of money buying like maybe another really good motherboard, expecting the CPU to be fine, but then the CPU's dead. So I went ahead and got me a cheap used i5 CPU that you know, as long as there's no weirdness with this one, it should run on this. This is fine. This is a 4570 and it's an S, so it's a lower wattage part. And then I got a cheap Thermaltake, what is this, like a 90 watt ish cooling power. Yeah, 95 watt, so that's fine. So got one of these Thermaltake. That's probably 12 bucks for that. This was, I think, under 20. And then just for good measure, even though I had plenty of RAM that we tested the other day, I got some very cheap, under $20, 2 sticks of 4 gigabyte DDR3, like 1800-ish mega transfers. So this is just an extra thing to throw into the mix to try out. And then if this CPU doesn't work here, I'm going to, you know, assume that I got a good CPU, hopefully. If that's the case, then I will try to buy a dirt cheap motherboard to try both of these CPUs in. So, you know, then we'll hopefully figure out what the fuck, what is dead and what isn't, right? Okay. Let me go ahead and get this power plug out of the way because this goes to the EVGA power supply over here. Just like that. And I haven't had my extra dose of coffee today, my iced coffee, so I may be taking a break somewhere halfway in doing this because we got to hook up our power supply, we got to take this CPU out gently, and then we got to take this other CPU, put it in gently. So got a couple things we'll be doing. Let's see if all of my internet is working. I think it is. I think we're okay. I think we're good. Which one are we using? We're using that one? Okay, I think I could switch that for the for that. Let's see if we can switch this camera usage out and save this for when we're up a little bit closer to the action here. Is it this one? No? Alright, so get rid of that one. Alright, gotta add it in. Video capture. I think it's this one? Yep. Yo! Let's see here. Okay, just gotta pull that down so it's kind of behind the other stuff here. Okay. We'll see. Does that catch me over here? Yeah, it does. Alright, cool. Yes. Kind of catches the monitors too. Yeah, yeah. I like that. Alright, cool. Hopefully nothing freezes. I think we're okay. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Where do we start? Kind of not sure here. Plug. Let's get this through here. Let's get our power supply up here. So we'll be using an oldie but a goodie. Hopefully it's still a goodie. I don't know actually, but power supply that I'm going to be using is the Seasonic X series 1250 watt gold. This is I kind of feel like this might be older than the motherboard. I think this was slightly before this motherboard was new. I got the motherboard new. I don't remember if I got this one. It was new or if it was... No, I don't think I got that one. That was a new thing. I don't think so. I got that when I got it. After it was already out and about. Okay. We need our Seasonic bag of power supply goodies. I still have the original bag for this. And we'll need yep, we got our HDMI ready to go. We got a mouse. We got this keyboard over here. Do I still have that plugged into it? Oh shit. Might still be on this other motherboard. Let's grab it just in case. Holy shit. Yep, I do. Oh, I almost forgot. I actually have a motherboard, a monitor I need to unbox as well. Probably not gonna unbox that here. Alright, so we're gonna try to hope we can have a fully... I'm gonna take this battery out. Hopefully we'll have a completely wiped out BIOS. Let's try to put it on as stock settings as we possibly can. Put it on the A BIOS. Make sure that's off. I have a feeling this motherboard's dead. So, but for less than 20 bucks just to try, it's worth it. And then I have a backup CPU in case the CPU here is also dead. I have a backup CPU for my Z97 ITX motherboard. Well, I want to kind of mount this in place, but I don't know what I did with those freaking power supply screws. I put some over here. Nope, not there. Oh well, we'll go digging through my collection. Do 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 do. No, I don't have any in here. What the fuck, bro? That sucks. I got one. Maybe one will be enough. I don't know, I had a pop-up for a second on my computer, then it went away by itself. Somebody hacking me? What the fuck? Stop, bro. I just want to stream, bro, please. There we go. Doesn't have to be like super crazy in there. So we'll just pop that like so. That should just hold it from sliding all over the place. Alright, so we just want the bare minimum, hopefully. So we need our motherboard connector here. Let's make sure that is off. Yes, indubitably. And then let's make sure we have a normal fan mode. Yep, we do. Let's unplug this, even though I don't have it plugged into the outlet yet, but just for now, I just want to unhook it so we can kind of see what we're doing. We can all work together, hopefully. Okay, there's the motherboard one. And then I need 2 CPU. What is that? CPU, yes. CPU, yes. Okay. I need 2 of these. Somewhere, please. CPU. Okay. Got 1 CPU right there. And then we got another one right here. And then there is a PCI port on the motherboard. I will also attempt to have that plugged in as further testing purposes. See if I can get a good one. I don't want like 5,000 different fucking things. Which one was it? Here, there we go. Make sure it's not melted or anything. Contrary to popular belief, these 8 pins can melt too, you know. A lot of people don't realize that. Not sure why they wouldn't realize that, but should be pretty evident. Alright, so let's put all this shit back in here. Bam, bam. Whoa, it's pretty hardcore today. White bat audio. Okay. I think that's it, right? Do CPU ones. Wait, what? That's a weird. It's like it doesn't split apart. Okay. So I guess this will be the main one. Whichever one of those is A. Or 0. Whichever the case may be. Alright. Now we can put this baby back down. CPU stuff. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this CPU we got. I did already open it because, you know, you want to make sure you get what you pay for as soon as possible in case you need some kind of return. So this is supposed to be a 4-core, 2.9 gigahertz standard clocks with 6 megabytes of smart cache. It's a 65 watt part versus the normal 4570 without the S designation on it. Those are the higher wattage part. Those are in the 90s, I think, 90-ish watts. This one is only 65 watts, so this is a lower power. And it claims to be renewed. So, here we go. It's right there. Okay. They packed it kind of in a little jewelry thing. That's fine. As long as it's safe. The only thing I don't like is it appears they used a different CPU package for it, so it's bouncing around in there. So, anyway. But it's in there. Okay, hopefully nothing happened to these pins while this was just in here, because we did look at them quite closely with our magnifying on the phone. So anyway, so yeah, it appears to be okay. This is the 4770K. I did, you know, use, I think, some liquid metal at one time, and so it's, and then I've sanded it at least once. So it has been like delabeled, but I know what it is, so that's all that matters. And so this is the little tiny deal here. Which again, if they didn't, now this happens. It's rare, especially for cheap shit like this. Usually they do it to like higher end stuff, right? But sometimes they switch this IHS or whatever it's called, this heat spreader, they'll take this off on a cheap chip. Well, I mean on a expensive chip, and they'll put it on top of a cheap chip so that they could sell it to you, and it's not real, you know? So hopefully that's not what happened here. I don't see why they would have done that, because again, this is already a cheap part. It's not, you know. Okay, fits right in there. So again, much lower end part here. Much lower end. But we don't need it to be high end to test it, you know? Alright, so let's take, I think we'll take these RAMs out as well. We'll run like 1 stick of RAM, just so this CPU being a lower end, it probably can't run, you know, as much RAM as the 4770K can run. Though I don't remember the specs necessarily of that era. So this will give us the opportunity. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reutilize this, even though it's not correct for these. At least we'll hopefully protect our 4770K in case it's still alive. Hopefully with this test we will know what we're dealing with. Alright, so here we go. This is a Moaf Z is the brand name. 4 GB by 2 kit. So you got two 4 gigabyte sticks. DDR3. It is an 1866 megahertz kit. So it's not I don't really want it to run that high for these tests, so but it usually won't. Usually it's just going to default to whatever the baseline DDR3 is. So and especially if we put only 1 stick in, that should even more so alert it that we don't want to run at full speed. So they're pretty RAM sticks, but they're only 4 gigabytes each, so you would only get 8 gigabytes unless you got 2 of these. And then, you know, I don't like mixing and matching kits. Though this brand being a cheap, unknown brand, it's possible that even though it's a kit, it may not be a matched kit. Like they just throw 2 4 gigabyte sticks together that have the same specs. Let's see if the numbers look like they're in sequence. That's usually a good indicator if it's a match set.
Imagine that.
This is not looking good. They do not have individual serial numbers. So they could trying to power the power in the Xpower, huh? Hell yeah I am, May. You know it. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. So I don't know. We'll just, like I said, we're just gonna put only 1. And let's see if we can get this poor thing to boot up. Alright, and then the final unboxing will be for the cooler. A cheap cooler. Should get us through this testing. Here's the back plate. Probably won't really use that. I'm just gonna put it on top for now. Hold it down. So this is, you know, definitely not for high performance. It's kind of a little tiny circle to cool it. But again, this is only a 65 watt part here. Take these off. Where's the, oh, here it is. We will add this to the CPU fan 1. Not reaching. Oh no, we do have to do the back plate. Okay, that's fine. It figures. Oh, actually I could take these out. Never mind. We'll take these screws out a little bit. You cannot. Well, isn't that amazing? And this is blocked. Oof. This is probably not going to allow it to touch. Let me see. If I use these, this is not going to work, I don't think. Nope. Wow. Yeah, it's not gonna touch. Very well. How about let's try. Alright, I'll just put a freaking I'll just put the liquid cooler on there. Save this for some other project, I suppose. Dude, it's gonna be messy again, bro. Look at that little cooler, yeah. I don't feel like uninstalling the motherboard, so we're kind of stuck doing this instead. That's fine. No, don't fall, you bitch. Okay, fine. Alright, so let's do, let's see now. Pump. We'll plug into... I don't know. Use fan 1 maybe? Or should it be system fan? I almost always used to put this into system fan, so I guess we'll just put it back like that. And these two, let's put this over here. See where these can reach, if at all. Alright. And then we're gonna give it all she's got, Captain. Power 2 and power 3. I'm gonna put this one on 2. And this one will be for number 3. Do 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 do. Okay. Alright, what else? Guess we'll have the HDMI hooked up. The CPU is supposed to have integrated graphics, so yeah. Should be able to get something on the old capture. Let's go. Plug in. Wait, what? The fuck? There's one down here. Dude, why did I never notice that, bro? Alright, whatever. It's got 2 HDMIs and 1 display port on this bad boy. Okay, whatever. Now let's plug in power supply cable, but not into the wall yet. It's fine. Keyboard. Turn it on so it's ready to go. Mouse, keyboard, HDMI. Alright, let's get our capture thing ready. Shit, I can't see it from here. I gotta come closer, chat, so I can blind you with my nerd light. Boom. Alright. Now, I'm gonna plug it in so we can try to reset the CMOS one more time. Let's go ahead and let's plug to... Oh, well this is running. I kind of wanted to see the... Let's shut this one down so I can have it be the only thing plugged here. Shutting down the gaming rig real quick. Shut down. Hey guys, it's just me. Let me go ahead and turn that one on. Okay. So this will be, even though it's kind of hard to see, that's the wattage for this bad boy. Okay. Turn that off for now. Really hard to see, but okay, whatever. Alright, so 1, 2. No, let's do it in Portuguese. Dois, três. Alright, what did we hit for a blip? I didn't even I wasn't even able to see. It was too fast, man. It's too fast. Too fast, bro. Okay, motherboard has a power light there, but I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nova is the important. Okay, so we did that. Now we'll put the CMOS battery back in. Like that. We'll hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Dude. We gotta do function and delete on this one, and N to get the delete key on this miniature fucking keyboard. Let's there we go. Got it plugged in. Alright, here goes. We're at 15. It's not looking good for this motherboard, boys. Not looking good.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. Oh, I know. It's so sad. It's trying to restart. So they say this code 15, if it is training, it can take a bit of time. So whatever. I'm gonna let it do its thing while I see. Let me go through my RAM to see what the lowest spec RAM I have. That's DDR3. So in case that's part of the issue, maybe. I have 8 GB. I have a 4 GB stick of 1600. Okay, that's pretty low. Okay, then I got a 4 GB of 1866. No. Yeah, okay. So We will definitely go with the 1600s. After I try this RAM stick and like different slots, we will try that. Fortunately, I am not a patient man today, so let's go ahead and turn it off and let's switch BIOS. Okay. Let's switch over to the B BIOS. See what happens. Well, we'll also reset that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Power up, baby. Immediately 55. It's so strange, like I would have an easier time accepting it to be just a dead motherboard if both BIOSes would throw the same code, or you know, if they wouldn't throw any codes, then yeah, that would be even more clear. Hmm. Alright, let's turn off. Let's try these lower tier RAM sticks here. Okay, so it's hard to believe, but this cheap kit of RAM is too high spec compared to another kit I have, which is only 1600. Let's try this one. Wait, let's see here. Okay, let's try that out. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're on the B BIOS. BIOS number 2. Switch slots here. Let's go all the way to the front one, furthest one away. Or no, maybe the one closest to the CPU. We'll try something. So I guess the only other thing to do is to get a very cheesy, cheap motherboard to test the CPUs and the RAMs, you know, test all my RAMs. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the training side. So BIOS A is attempting to train. So since these aren't working anyway technically, I'm going to put that original RAM kit back in. Where did I put it? Here it is. In case it's stuck in some kind of weird loop where it's just looking for this exact set of RAM here. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's put them in here. So presumably we got a cheap used CPU that should be working. And we probably just have a dead motherboard. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what, actually? I've seen this before where I've had to plug in a USB 3.0 just to get this thing to boot. And I can't believe I didn't think of that last time. So let's see. I'm not sure why, but this one has bitched at me before. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay. Go. Okay, put okay. Try this one next. Well, I suppose last resort could be to try a frickin' try it with a GPU.
Imagine that.
Yo, PMR! What's up? You finally caught me alive again. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been kind of all over the place. Like, you've been busy yourself? Sometimes I've been doing late. Sometimes I start a little early. Alright, so last thing I'm gonna try is a GPU that doesn't require PCIe power, or it doesn't require a 8-pin power or 6-pin. This is a little 1050 Ti. I don't think I have, all those others require power. Alright. Unfortunately, it's got this stupid little thing. This bracket. So I guess I'm gonna have to take it off. Oh, hell yeah, you got the 7600. Oh, fuck, congrats, dude. Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of those, actually. Damn. Especially for that, you know how we were messing around with the Steam things, like Steam OS, Linux type builds. I definitely wanted one of those, just for that at least. Hey, do you have any other GPUs that are going to be left over? Because if you do, you can look up this channel I watch sometimes. It's called ETA Prime. And he shows off how easy it is to use that lossless scaling program. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're doing, whether or not that comes into play. And you can use your other GPU to help your main GPU, you know. I don't remember what he was getting out of it. Was it frame gen or was it upscaling? I don't remember which. But either way, you know, it's something you can do with the old parts, maybe. Just for funsies. I was thinking about trying that out one of these days. With all these like older GPUs I have, maybe I could kind of go even more Frankenstein with it. Alright, let's see what happens now. Oh, well, of course. This I didn't turn on, so how about we start over. Upscaling. Yeah. You don't size your first desktop? Oh, okay, dude. Yeah, I know we spoke about it, but I couldn't remember if you said you had like an older build or what. Alright, so I turned on the PCI lanes. This motherboard has like switches. You can turn off the PCI slots, which is kind of crazy. So we're getting nothing, man. I think she's dead. I got me a used 4570S, like a old school, low power, refurbished i5 CPU, just so I could test out whether or not the motherboard is dead with a second CPU. And yeah, it's kind of looking like this motherboard is borked. Now, I can still probably, maybe on my own time, look up, you know, maybe Google, maybe there's some ways of forcing these BIOSes to update or something, or reinstall the BIOS, because, you know, maybe it's just the BIOS got bricked. You know, it's just kind of amazing to me that it's both of the BIOSes. And both of them point to something memory related. So, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that going. It's only idling at like 64 watts. That's not too bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're into the like the laptops and stuff. Yeah. ThinkPads. That's cool. Dude, you could like put those together and make a like a I forgot what it was, like kind of like an ant miner. You could mine for some of those shit coins. What are those called? Those little, like, that doesn't take much processing power. I forgot what they are. But most of those are just scams anyway, I guess. I used to do a little bit of like crypto mining. I don't remember, was it Nice Hash? And I tried it out with all kinds of fucking hardware, like even like older laptops, and some of those shit coins that you know weren't going to be worth anything, just for the fun of it. Some of them I was actually able to mine some of them with old laptops, but they were crap, and the devs of those coins just completely, you know, of course, disappeared. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I remember I busted, I had a laptop that I busted the screen on or something, or I don't know if I did, but whatever. It ended up with it was busted. And so I just turned it into a desktop. Like I just completely removed, you know, took out, like opened it up, took out the little ribbon cable for the actual monitor. And luckily this laptop didn't care. And I was able to just plug it into a desktop. And Windows was a little stupid, so I just put Linux. I think I put Mint on that one. And it was when my daughter was only like, I think she was in kindergarten or first grade or something like that. And that was her homework computer. Was this little Linux laptop that had no screen, but it was hooked up to the monitor, like an old Dell monitor or some shit. So yeah, I always keep those laptops and stuff like that, and then as you can see, I keep my old PCs because yeah, you can use them for all kinds of cool little projects. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is a sad day for Jonesy. This was like my all-time favorite motherboard, and I don't know. Maybe there's moisture in the basement or something, you know? Like sometimes moisture can, like, you know, like whether it be humidity or you know, a couple drops got on it, you know, sometimes they can do fucked up shit. Even with you know, if it's stored and then, you know, it was fully dry before I ever tried to replug it back in. It's just super sad, you know? Maybe some weird EMFs hit it, you know? Like I could have been fucking around with some equipment and like blasted it with some kind of fucking radiation and didn't even know it. It was just thrown in a box down there. I don't know. Well, we shall have to move on. We shall have to move on to other things. Debian KDE, nice. Exploring using it. He even got Roblox up and running. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Oh, I love that. Yeah, yeah. I used to. I had like this is a long time ago. Roblox was still a thing. And yeah, I'd let her use Roblox. You know, I monitor and everything because Roblox can be, you know, dangerous, but to me that's any game, any online game. As a parent or an older sibling, you should always, you know, monitor your young ones. But anyway, I'd let her play Roblox and cool math games, and I can't remember all the different websites or whatever that had like kind of flash games or whatever. And I was able to like lock certain things to be like the only stuff that could go through to the IP address of that laptop. So and it ran fine. Yeah, I had that running. I had Minecraft on it. This is way back when, dude. So yeah, Linux is able to do things. It's, you know, depending on your flavor, it could be, you know, kind of daunting. Every time I've ever had to do it, I've always had to, you know, seek out Google, kind of double check how to set things up. Even if I've done it before, I'm just, you know, I'm not super versed on it. I don't do it day in and day out like, what's his name? He's all about Linux, that one YouTuber. He's all in. Can't remember, but infecting my friends with Linux. Good. Dude, it's so like it doesn't matter like it feels so tempting to go that way. Every time Microsoft and slash Windows, every time they fuck you over, every time something bad happens, because I've actually, I don't know, maybe not everybody's been through this that I've been through. I've been through where like Windows updates have corrupted my install so bad that it literally thinks that I don't have an activation key. And it has like then fucked me over and then forced me to go out and either, you know, obviously get retail, which is expensive, or, you know, try my luck with some of the keys that are out there, right? And, you know, I've dabbled in both. I ain't got no problem with it. But it's like, dude, that's just what a pain in the ass. And then the way that Windows will constantly, like, if I upgrade my computer 3 times in a year, it's going to bitch at me and say, oh, I need to reactivate. Why? Yo, killer, what's up? What happened? I think she's dead, Jim. I don't think she's gonna come back. I put I got myself a used i5 CPU for like under 20 bucks, and we installed that, you know, about 30 minutes ago. And the motherboard's still dead. You haven't used it for like 1.5 years now, Windows? Yeah. I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. Yeah, it's getting to that point where, like I said, I think we were talking last time, where I kind of feel like I might go that way too, where, you know, I'll still use my Windows for like the work stuff or, you know, higher end creative stuff that I'm doing, you know, like, you know, if I need to edit a video or if I want to stream, I'll probably, you know, that will probably always be Windows for me, or at least for the foreseeable future. Who knows what will change in 5 years, but for the next couple years that will be Windows. But I might just start flipping the switch for a lot of my gaming rigs that I make, whether it be something for the TV room or even my main streaming gaming rig. I might just switch over, because if they do that to me again where I have to go out and buy a Windows key, I'm probably just gonna fucking nuke the Windows install and just throw Linux on it. That's where I'm at pretty much. Which one is it? Regular or later made in live? Are you talking about the Linux stuff or that motherboard? Oh, you're talking about the Windows install? Yeah, I've had both. I've had like OEM installs tell me I need to activate, you know, like, you know, a pre-built. I've had freaking, I bought a retail box, installed it, and then it's like Microsoft is just greedy as fuck. And they want you to pay for Windows over and over. You know, obviously if you have certain editions already, you can get free updates to the newer version. But the only reason they'll upgrade you free to Windows 11 is because Windows 11 is spying on you way more than Windows 10. You know what I mean? They're not giving you, it's not the good give me, and that's why they stopped supporting Windows 10. It's because they want to force as many people to 11 as possible, because yeah, obviously it saves them money not having to do any more updates for the Windows 10. Yeah, that saves them money, but also the more people on 11, the more data mining they can do on you. You know, which, don't get me wrong, I know everybody's doing it. Everybody's taking our info. I get it. My phone is, Google, Apple, all of them are taking our info. I get it. But that don't make that, I still don't like it. I don't give a shit. So, but the problem I have with Windows, like, I don't even care. I know my info is getting taken. So I don't even care about that so much. What pisses me off is that if I upgrade my Windows machine, the hardware in it, specifically, especially the motherboard, if I upgrade it like more than a couple times in 1 year, they're gonna tell me it's deactivated, and then I gotta go through the tech support, which sometimes that shit don't work. I've been through that. Yeah. Throw them out the window. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it like that I forgot what that show was or whatever, or maybe it was a YouTube channel where they came up with a service where you could like go to them to throw your printer off of like a crane. You know, they'd charge you money. So hopes are that this new Steam desktop PC forces devs to support Linux. Yeah, me too. Like how devs went to Steam Deck. Yep. For most people, it's the games with those anti-cheats that's the problem. Yeah. Those anti-cheat systems, like, come on now. You know that they're full of shit when they say they need all of that to fucking have your you know, like fair gameplay, right? Because it's like even with all of that, there's still cheaters. So what the hell's the point? You know what I mean? Like if having all the kernel access and secure boot and all this shit for Battlefield 6, if that still can't stop cheating in general, then what's the fucking point? Like that you're forcing us to go through all this shit. People that, you know, maybe they don't have secure boot, or maybe they, you know, upgraded their system without that and all that kind of stuff. They can't play Battlefield 6 like legitimately because of anti-cheating. I call bullshit, dude. I call it bullshit. Valorant, but if you're playing Valorant, you have other problems to sort. Yeah, I guess so. I'm one of those. I never really got into those because it's such a high, in my opinion, and you know, I guess everybody's different. It's such a high learning curve to really get into those type of games. So, you know, don't get me wrong. I still like Battlefield 6. I think it's a great game, and I'll play it from time to time. But I'm just not addicted to it because, again, I'm not that good at it. So. Software have to be open sourced or well maintained for Windows user to ship to Linux. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Battleline 3 hours of its update talking about anti-cheat. Yeah. So what's the point? Like day one, it was already bypassed. Like I think it was bypassed before day one. Like, you know what I mean? So to me, I something's fishy. I don't think they care about cheaters as much as they pretend. I think all this other stuff is like a 1-2 punch for them. I think one, it kind of slows down maybe the people who can get the game for free, right? The pirates, but that's gone. It's already broken. I don't know how long it took. It might have been instant as far as I know, but that shit's already gone. And then the second reason, which I think is their main reason, is I think they're collecting our info as well. Like they're looking at our entire Windows install, and they're trying to find out, oh, what do you got installed? Oh, you got this installed. Oh, okay. All right. How many people use that? I think that's what they're doing. I don't think they give a shit about cheating. Like you can report a cheater and nothing happens. Nothing happens. I've watched videos on it. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, maybe certain communities are better than others, but like for some things nothing happens. So if your devs don't care enough to take reporting seriously, why the fuck would you believe that that's why they implemented this weird secure kernel bullshit for cheating? Teaching gambling inside game to minors. They have problems in cheats and all. Yeah, that's true. Like, you know, they act like they have this moral high ground, but most of those games, they're just a front for gambling. Like, you know, it's like our kids, if our kids are playing those, like chances are they're like wanting or learning the addiction to a gambling type like emotion. You know? It's like Genshin. Genshin is the same way, that type of game. You know, so it's not just those multiplayer ones that have all that shit in them. It's like even like Genshin, you know, they got, you know, the new character and you roll and you try to fucking get it and fuck all that shit. I'm thinking of using ARM processors. However, really personal systems to avoid backdoors. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of sideways heard that those are pretty good security-wise. So that's cool. Shift to ARM is real. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Especially for a laptop. Like if I wanted to do, like let's say I could probably shift my business type stuff over to a laptop. You know, financial, personal documents, stuff like that, and use that. That might be a lot more secure of a thing. Again, I'd probably still be stuck with, Windows for this stream stuff because I'm not too savvy as far as like setting all of this up on, like fucking Debian or something. That would fuck me up, man. Indie game Xbox Now. It's not there because they fucking leave the agreement. Yeah. With that game. Now I can't play my fucking game. Yeah, dude. Dude, man. We could have it out right now because I agree. That pisses me off too. The development done for the VR glasses of Valve, which run. Oh yeah, and they run on ARM. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that should bring more attention to it, man. CyberDex, it's really cool. Okay. What is that? Is that like a Linux skin distro, whatever you call it? Or is that a channel? Custom built portable computer with distinct cyberpunk aesthetic. Oh, that's cool looking. Okay, man, I have to work now. I'll meet you later. Alright, Killer, thanks for coming by, man. Sorry to bring you back those memories of them, taking that game away, dude. I got quite a few that's happened to me as well, and it is garbage. So yeah, can't wait for something better to happen, or maybe like we're talking, maybe more development and different operating systems will increase that pressure to compete. So we'll see. All right, so it's been training this whole time. It's been on 15 down here. Let me get rid of this. It's not gonna come back to life, boys. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jim. She's dead. Oh no, dude. What a fucking bullshit, man. Yeah. It's done for. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna give up hope, man. I will. Next thing you know it, I will look up some, there we go. Turn that off. I will look up to see if there's any, like, hacks they have for forcing the BIOS to install, anew. So I'll probably try that out. That'll probably be the next thing I try out. Thinking of buying the special edition of Rain World. Oh yeah, Rain World looks awesome. It sounds really good. I know that. I haven't played it though. Wonder if I have the regular. I might have got it through a Humble Bundle. You know about Humble Bundle, right, dude? If anybody else is out there, and you haven't heard of Humble Bundle, they sell bundles. Like you can get some really good bundles and cheap games through them. And most of their stuff also attaches to like a charity. Now don't get me wrong, do your research and all that, just in case it's a charity you don't agree with, because from time to time there's some questionable charities that they're supporting. So, but you can always control Like when you buy a bundle from them, you can control where your funds go to. So if you don't like that charity, you can give, you know, some of the funds to Humble Bundle, or you can give more funds to the publisher slash developer. You know, you can kind of move it around. So Chainsaw Man. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. What is that even about? I've heard other people like talking about it. 11 out of 10. No fucking way, dude. That's a fucking high score, bro. What the heck? Ah. I guess it's safe to say you liked it. Look. My robot camera's looking for me. Yeah, every time I look away, it like loses track of me. So sad. So sad. I'm right here, man. I think it lost me completely. Oh well. Doesn't want to follow me anymore. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Oh man, oh man. Tell you what, guys. It's a sad day. Sad day in the Jones headquarters here. Damn. Fucking sucks, dude. Can't believe it. My Xpower. It's dead, baby. It's dead. Look at the Rotten Tomatoes for the Chainsaw movie. ArK. ArK. It's insane. Okay. Oh, you mean like the scores? The scores are good? You know, sometimes what pisses me off is I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. The only part of Rotten Tomatoes I might trust sometimes is the popcorn one. But the tomatoes, no, they've been wrong so many fucking times. Don't get me wrong, you're not one of those snobby professional reviewers. You're a real one. So you telling me that's different. But the Rotten Tomatoes people, man, they've loaded full of bullshit sometimes. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now I gotta fucking carry this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check out, since you say it's good, man, I'm gonna have to check out Chainsaw Man. So I'm guessing, did you watch it in the theater? Were you able to watch it in the theater, or you watched it at home? There we go.
Imagine that.
Imagine. Ah, what we got there? Went to the theater. Oh shit, man. All right, let me look up Chainsaw Man real quick. Chainsaw Man. The one based on the manga? Oh, Swiss already looking up. Damn, okay. Let's see here. Shoot. Yeah, I might have to do that. Chainsaw Man movie. There we go. Holy shit. Well, dude, it looks legit. What the fuck is this? Holy crap. Holy shit. What the fuck? Where are you? There he is. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Have you kept up with the series? You didn't see that, Swiss? Oh no. You watched the series first and the movie? Oh, cool. Yeah. We I have Crunchyroll here, so we could probably watch it on Crunchyroll, right? Let me see. And then that way we'll be caught up before we go watch the movie. Well, by the time we finish, then the movie would probably be rentable, and we could not have to go out. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. Nice. Hell yeah. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'll check it out. Alright, well, Jones is sad. I'm sorry, but now I'm gonna switch over to do some games. Cause I'm too fucking sad, man. My baby's not running too well. My poor Xpower. Alright, so bear with me, everybody. Well, just a few of us here, but, you know, just in case we get any VOD viewers later, and I don't clean it up. Sometimes I don't, like, trim these parts out like I should. So if you're stuck watching this, I apologize to the future viewers that Jones is trying to get everything set up, because I'm going to switch to playing some games.
Imagine that.
Dude, I'm sorry. I don't know why BMR, I tried to release your chat, so I don't know why YouTube caught it, but whatever. One of these years she'll revive. Yeah. Every few years he tries to bring her back to life. Yes, that's true. Oh man, so you remember that. Okay. Live long and prosper. It's not doing it. Live long and prosper. Thank you. Yeah, good job. You see? There we go. Yeah. Alright. So I'm probably going to split the VOD here, unfortunately. Might want to not watch it with the kids though. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I do preview things first. So I mean, good looking out. Thank you for the advice, but I always check things out first, just in case. Dude, I have a anime recommendation for you. If you haven't already, you've probably already seen it. But one of our favorite animes, my favorite anime, my daughter's favorite anime, Well, it's on the her top 3 list. I don't know if it's her number 1. We'll have to find that out some other time. But Claymore. Claymore. That is fucking good, dude. That is a fucking good one. Claymore. Claire. Alright, let's see. I guess I don't need that open. Get rid of this. Go ahead and tell Cloud to go away.
Imagine that.
Honey has a mind of her own. Yeah, that's true. Shit. It gets a little wonky sometimes. I'm gonna have to like sometimes I'm forced to just like tell it to stay put. You know, that's what I do when I do live long and prosper. I'm like telling it follow, right? And then if I do it again, it stops. So. Do. You're gonna head out. All right, PMR. That's just as well, bro. Thanks for coming by. I'm gonna restarting stream because I want to you know, split it up and rename it because I'm gonna be playing some games now. So thanks for hanging out, dude. Thanks for the recommendations. I'll definitely have to check out Chainsaw Man. And then I don't know. Tomorrow may not be a stream, so if you're looking for me again, maybe Monday. Maybe Monday. But it could be tomorrow. I don't know. I never know what I'm doing. So, we'll see. You have a good one, dude. Ciao. Okay, there we go. Oh, Swiss already mentioned Claymore. My bad. Nice. Alright, everybody. So, thanks for watching, you know, if you were here for most of it. If not, you know, check out the VOD if you want. It's at the very beginning of this stream. Where I swapped out the 4770K and the Xpower motherboard, and I threw in a cheap refurbished 4570S just to, you know, troubleshoot to see if maybe perhaps it was the CPU that was bad and not the motherboard. But it appears that the motherboard is bad. So the next step is to procure a cheap Z87 or Z97 or maybe even one of the H series motherboards, a very cheap one, just to test my CPUs to see if either of those are salvageable. Both the 4770K, which is the one I care about the most, that's mine, and then the other one I'll be testing is the one I bought for under 20 bucks, the 4570S. So that'll be something in the future that I will be attempting. But for now, that's enough of the tech stuff, and it will be on to Scary Games time with Scaredy Jones. That's probably what we're going to do next. I will probably be continuing Corner Shop Night Shift Simulator demo, so I can try to wipe that one out. So if you see this and you want to continue to watch, you might have to refresh, or you have to go to my channel profile page and refresh that until the live pops back up that I'm live again. Alright, thanks everybody. This is not an end. It's not an end, though. Thanks everybody who helped out and supported. Thanks to the mods always. This is actually a I will be back. Alright, see you in a bit.